What's up, everybody? Today we're counting down the top 10 most expensive substances on Earth, and some of these prices will blow your mind. We're talking about materials so rare, a single gram could buy you a private island or a fleet of supercars. From glowing elements to legendary gemstones, these are the ultimate in luxury and science. By the end, your idea of expensive will never be the same. Before we start, drop your guess for the #1 most expensive substance in the comments. No cheating. Ready? Let's dive in. Number 10 is rhodium, a metal you've probably never seen in person, and most people wouldn't recognize it if they did. It's not something you'll find in jewelry stores or even in most science labs. In fact, rhodium is so rare and valuable that it's often kept out of sight, locked away in vaults or hidden deep inside industrial equipment. But here's the twist. Even though you may never have seen it, there's a good chance you're carrying a tiny bit of rhodium with you every time you drive your car. That's because rhodium plays a crucial role in the automotive world. Rhodium is a silvery white metal, part of the exclusive platinum group, and it's famous for its dazzling reflective shine. But what really sets it apart is its price. At times, it's been worth far more than gold, making it one of the most expensive metals on the planet. Over 80% of the world's rhodium is used in catalytic converters, those essential devices that help clean up harmful emissions from car exhaust. Without rhodium, our air would be a lot dirtier. As governments around the world introduce stricter emissions laws, the demand for rhodium has absolutely skyrocketed. This surge in demand has sent prices soaring to record highs, making rhodium a hot commodity for both car manufacturers and investors. What makes rhodium even more valuable is its rarity. It's not mined directly, but is instead found as a byproduct when mining for other platinum group metals, mostly in South Africa. This makes the supply extremely limited and unpredictable. Any disruption in South Africa, whether it's a labor strike, a power outage, or political instability, can send rhodium prices doubling or even tripling overnight. The market is incredibly sensitive to even the smallest changes. Car manufacturers scramble to secure enough rhodium for their production lines, while investors watch the market closely, hoping to cash in on the next price spike. It's a high-stakes, volatile market where fortunes can be made or lost in a matter of days. At its peak, rhodium has sold for tens of thousands of dollars per ounce, sometimes 5 or even 10 times the price of gold. That means a piece of rhodium the size of a coin could be worth more than a luxury car. Beyond cars, rhodium is also used to plate jewelry and electronics, giving them a brilliant, tarnish-resistant finish. But its scarcity keeps it out of reach for most everyday uses. So next time you see a car, remember, there's a hidden treasure under the hood, quietly working to keep our air clean and our engines running smoothly. And this is just the start. The prices only get crazier from here. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is the classic gold. For millennia, gold has symbolized wealth and power, from pharaohs to pirates. It's beautiful, doesn't tarnish, and is incredibly workable, used in jewelry, coins, and even electronics. All the gold ever mined would only fill about 3.5 Olympic pools. It's not the rarest, but its history, beauty, and universal value make it legendary. Gold set the standard for expensive, but what's next will make its price look tame. Let's keep going. Number 8 is LSD. Yes, the infamous psychedelic. We're not endorsing it, but by weight, it's one of the priciest substances on Earth. Why? Potency. A single gram contains thousands of doses. The raw materials aren't expensive, but the risk, chemistry, and legal status drive the price sky high. On the black market, a gram can cost thousands. It's a perfect example of how value isn't just about rarity, but about effect, risk, and demand. Now let's get radioactive. Number 7 is plutonium, the stuff of nuclear power and weapons. It's man-made, highly radioactive, and can fuel reactors or destroy cities. Plutonium doesn't occur naturally in useful amounts. It's created in nuclear reactors through a complex, expensive process. Only governments and select research institutions can legally possess it. The cost comes from production, security, and the danger of handling it. Thousands of dollars per gram, and it's one of the most tightly controlled substances on Earth. Plutonium is power, danger, and expense, all rolled into one. Next up, a gemstone rarer than diamonds. Number 6 is painite, a gemstone so rare for decades only a few crystals existed. Discovered in Myanmar in the 1950s, it once held the Guinness World Record for rarity. Its unique chemistry means it forms only under extraordinary conditions. Even after new sources were found, gem-quality painite remains incredibly scarce. A single clean stone can fetch over $50,000 per carat. For collectors, owning painite is like holding a piece of geological history. It's the holy grail of gems. Rare, beautiful, and nearly impossible to find, but there's another stone that's even more elusive. Let's see what's next. Number 5 is taphite, a gemstone so rare most people have never even heard its name, let alone seen one in person. Its story is as unique as the stone itself. Unlike most precious gems, taphite wasn't discovered deep in the earth or in a remote mine. Instead, it was found by pure chance in a jewelry shop, hidden among ordinary stones. In 1945, Count Edward Taffa, an Austrian gemologist, was carefully sorting through a box of spinels when he noticed something unusual about one particular stone. Its color and brilliance were subtly different. After close examination and testing, he realized it wasn't spinel at all, but a completely new mineral, one that would later bear his name, taphite. To put its rarity into perspective, taphite is estimated to be 1,000,000 times rarer than diamond. Imagine all the diamonds in the world, and then picture just a handful of taphite stones. Today, taphite is found mainly in Sri Lanka and Tanzania, with only a few small deposits ever discovered. These locations are the only known sources for this elusive gem. In fact, the total amount of taphite ever unearthed would barely fill half a teacup. That's how incredibly scarce it is. So rare. It's almost mythical. Most jewelers, even those with decades of experience, have never had the chance to see a taphite in real life. It's a stone that exists more in legend than in jewelry cases. For collectors, owning a taphite is a badge of honor, a testament to their dedication and luck. It's the kind of gem that instantly becomes the centerpiece of any collection. Because of its extreme rarity and beauty, good quality taphite stones can fetch tens of thousands of dollars per carat at auction, making it one of the most valuable gems on the planet. Its value isn't just in its price, but in its story, a tale of accidental discovery, scientific curiosity, and the thrill of finding something truly unique. Taphite is the ultimate, you don't have this gemstone, a true one-of-a-kind treasure that sets its owner apart from the rest. From its accidental discovery in a forgotten jewelry shop, to its legendary status among collectors and museums, taphite's journey is as remarkable as the gem itself. It's a treasure that only a select few will ever have the privilege to own or even see up close. A true marvel of nature and history. Now let's talk about something that glows. Another gemstone with a story just as fascinating. Number 4 is tritium, a glowing radioactive gas. Tritium is a hydrogen isotope used in self-powered lighting watchdials, gun sights, and emergency signs. It glows for over a decade without batteries, thanks to its radioactive decay. Making tritium is tough. It's produced in nuclear reactors, and output is tiny. That's why it costs around $30,000 per gram. But tritium's future is even brighter. It's a key fuel for nuclear fusion research. If fusion energy becomes reality, tritium demand will skyrocket. Rare, hard to make, and vital for future tech, tritium earns its spot. Now, let's get back to the world's most famous gem. Diamonds are up next. Number 3 is the diamond, the king of gemstones. Billions of carats are mined, but only a tiny fraction are gem quality. The rarest flawless diamonds can fetch millions per carat. Marketing made diamonds a symbol of love and luxury, but their true value comes from rarity, beauty, and cultural weight. Formed deep in the earth, diamonds are geological wonders. Whether for industry or romance, their allure is undeniable, but the next two substances make even diamonds look cheap. Number 2 is californium-252, a man-made radioactive element. It's one of the most powerful neutron emitters, used to start nuclear reactors and treat certain cancers. Only a few labs in the world can make it, and global production is measured in milligrams per year. The process takes years, and is incredibly expensive. Californium-252 sells for up to $27 million per gram. It's so rare, it's usually sold by the microgram. This is science at its most extreme, powerful, rare, and almost priceless. But there's one thing even more expensive. Let's reveal number 1. Number 1 on our list is antimatter, the most expensive and elusive substance known to science and arguably the most valuable material in the entire universe. To put its value into perspective, antimatter is estimated at a staggering 62.5 trillion per gram. That's not just more expensive than gold or diamonds, it's more valuable than anything else on Earth, by a mind-blowing margin. Antimatter is essentially the mirror image of ordinary matter, with opposite electrical charges. When antimatter and matter come into contact, they annihilate each other in a flash, releasing pure energy. This is the most efficient energy release possible, far surpassing even nuclear reactions. It's the stuff of science fiction, but it's very real and incredibly dangerous. Just a single gram of antimatter could unleash the same amount of energy as a nuclear bomb, making it both a potential power source and a terrifying weapon. But creating antimatter isn't easy. It requires massive particle accelerators like those at CERN, and consumes unimaginable amounts of energy, far more than the energy you'd ever get back from the antimatter itself. In fact, the total amount of antimatter ever produced by humanity is less than a nanogram, a tiny fraction of a gram, barely enough to see, and certainly not enough to power anything. Storing antimatter is another monumental challenge. It can't touch any matter at all, or it will instantly vanish in a burst of energy. Scientists have to suspend it in a vacuum, using powerful magnetic fields to keep it from coming into contact with the walls of its container. The cost of antimatter isn't just in making it, but in the sheer impossibility of producing and storing any significant amount. Every step is a technological marvel, pushing the limits of what's possible in modern physics. Antimatter represents the ultimate scientific achievement, and the ultimate price tag. It's a symbol of human curiosity and ambition, but also a reminder of the limits we still face. So, did you guess it right? Antimatter truly stands alone at the top of the world's most expensive substances. That wraps up our journey through the world's most expensive substances. Thanks for watching, and stay curious. And that's it. From gold to antimatter, these are the 10 most expensive substances on Earth. The science, rarity, and effort behind them are mind-blowing. Which one surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. If you guessed number 1, shout it out. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more wild videos. We've got even crazier ideas coming up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.